Amazon is holding your money and won't tell you why, here's the legal process they hope you never figure out, and that's arbitration. You can see there's a seller right here. Amazon's holding over $100,000 worth of their funds, right? And where do the funds go? In Amazon's pocket, right? But you want to read Amazon's Section 18 agreement. This is going to be the number one thing you want to read from start to finish, because when you sign up as a seller, you have to agree to all of this. And there's a lot to it, right? And that includes arbitration. Here it is. So it looks like Section 18 talks about arbitration and how to go about it on Amazon, right? So it specifically says that there is no jury. So there is no judge or jury in arbitration. And court review of an arbitration award is limited. So it's going to be difficult to get extra money, like for damages for arbitration. It's mainly going to be getting your money back or getting your account back, right? Things like that. So you're most likely going to be, even if you win, you're most likely going to have to pay your own attorney fees. Amazon's going to pay their own attorney fees, right? Even if you lose. So it's kind of like a fair way to go about it, but it's more in Amazon's fairness, because if they did do something wrong, they're not giving you extra money. Now, if you're seeking under $50,000, they're automatically going to help you set up an arbitrator appointment within 90 days. So it's going to be kind of streamlined. For all cases, the AAA commercial fee schedule governs the payment. So as you're going to be paying an arbitration company, and those are the fees you're going to be paying. And then pretty much you're not going to be charged and all those extra things. Amazon and you each waive the right to a jury. So you want to go over this anyway. But it pretty much tells you exactly where to serve them, right? And it has the address right here. So you can serve them papers. So what you're going to do first is you are going to try everything you can. And then I recommend you hire a legal expert, aka an attorney, to help you with this. You can also go about it yourself initially and then go to the courthouse and ask them how to do it. But what you're going to do is pretty much serve them for a lawsuit, right? And I'm not an attorney, so these are all just information that I found out online. So this is all opinion based, but it looks like you're going to serve them with a lawsuit. Wait 30 days and then make sure you get the demand for arbitration, because you have to at the end of the day, right? Submit that claim, and they want to go through the American Arbitration Association. So you're going to go through them and then start arbitration. And with arbitration, when you come to arbitration, you want to be prepared. So you want to have that rejected plan of action, right? You want to have all your evidence, your case logs, your original invoices, your bank statements to prove that it was you, that everything is legitimate, that Amazon's the one in the wrong. And the crazy thing is, what I've seen sometimes is a seller decides to go through with this and they hire an attorney. The attorney talks to Amazon's legal department. Amazon's legal department looks at the account and is like, oops, we messed up. We don't want to do arbitration. Here's your money back. The account's back on. Are we good? So it's pretty much that can happen as well. If you have enough evidence and you have a great plan of action ahead of time and a good attorney that talks to Amazon's attorneys, then you don't actually have to go through arbitration. You can kind of just scare tactic them into arbitration. And that way you can kind of settle before arbitration even has to happen, which is nice, saves money for everybody, and is a win-win. And you can see Amazon faces multiple arbitration defeats. And you can see recent victories. There's a Florida case. An ex-judge arbitrator ruled Section 2 on Amazon's BSA and unenforceable penalty clause and awarded the seller around $500,000. So there has been some winnings. An arbitrator ordered Amazon to disperse over $1.8 million to a Chinese seller. So again, there is potential for wins, but there is potential for loss. So you can kind of look into each one of these and see kind of what happens. A lot of these aren't a lot of money. So just come into that where they're most likely not going to be paying for your attorney fees, even if you win. So at the end of the day, the whole recommendation through this entire process is going to be finding an attorney, a good attorney that has done this before. You don't want to get somebody that hasn't done this before. There's not going to be many, but you can read right here. A supervising attorney at Amazon Seller Attorney has been instrumental in representing Amazon sellers in various disputes. So looking at attorneys' background, asking them questions, seeing what cases they've won in the past, that's going to help you find the right person to get this started. If you do it yourself, you're most likely going to lose, in my professional opinion, right? Because even though it's an arbitrator, they are human. They are going to look at you and say, where's your attorney? And everything that you say and you provide, even if you have the best evidence, isn't going to be as nearly as looked at, as profound as the other sides, because you're representing yourself, right? So you always want to have somebody else that's representing you, if possible, to win these types of situations, depending on the amount. If it's less than 10,000, I would try to go in. You can try to go in yourself, but just keep that down at the end of the day. And if you do go through with this, I do recommend you kind of just go all in. Make sure you have all the evidence. Make sure you talk to multiple different attorneys and see what are the chances of success of your case if you go through all of the proof and kind of take it one step at a time from there. But that is the step-by-step on filing arbitration on Amazon. I'm Josh Hackett, CEO of EHP Consulting Group, signing out.